Hey, have you been building your email list only to get frustrated when you're not actually selling anything from that list? Most brands that are doing things right actually get about 15, 20, 25% of their revenue from their email list. So this video, I'm going to go through 3 quick things you could do today to start increasing the revenue that you're generating from your email list. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Khierstyn, and we focus on this channel to give e-commerce brands the tools and resources they need to not only launch new products, but scale their existing brand to 7 figures and beyond. So if you are in the D2C space, you are serious about selling your products online, be sure to hit subscribe and don't miss another episode. So I have a ton of conversations with online sellers that when I tell them that email should account for 15, 20, even 25% of their overall revenue, they look at me like I'm crazy. So I want to go in this quick video 3 quick things that we need to look at. For first off, how is this even possible that brands that are established that have an email list are selling this much revenue, and even how beginner brands that are on top of their content and regularly email their list, that they're able to generate these numbers. The reality is that most new online sellers end up focusing 100% of their time on new customer acquisition, meaning constantly trying to find new customers, as opposed to looking at what they already have, which is the asset. So the thing is that we spend all this time as online sellers trying to market our product, post on TikTok, get content out there, sending our product to influencers and doing all that stuff just to acquire a bigger audience, but then we actually forget about the main thing, which is the audience we've already acquired. So your email list is really going to be those people that have either purchased something from you in the past, or they have joined your email list for a 15% off coupon and they haven't actually purchased yet. So here I want to go through some practical tips over this video and future videos on how you can start to capitalize on money and revenue you already have sitting on your list that you haven't tapped into yet. So let's go into it. First thing I want to focus on is email marketing. Is it dead? Is having an email list dead? The reality is that while a lot of gurus are going to tell you that you need to constantly be on paid ads, acquiring traffic to your website, etc., that your email list is the sole point of contact where you still 100% own that customer's contact information. And email is still the only channel where you're able to mass market, but still have that one-on-one attention of somebody in your inbox. So your email list is still today a massive asset that you should be building, because even though you are building a social media following, which is super important, but social media is meant to be used as kind of a net to bring in the people to your email list, where then you will nurture that relationship and start to upsell them, retain customers, and really where lifetime value comes into play will be in that relationship you have with your customers, meaning your email list. So yes, beginner brands and even established brands that have an email list of 100 people and brands that have thousands of people on their email list are still seeing great revenue numbers with the next 2 strategies that I'm going to be looking in. So right now, if you are not focused on building your email list, you absolutely need to, because your email list means that you literally will be able to still connect with a customer one-on-one, which right now you're not able to replicate on any other channel. And even in the future, if TikTok goes away, if YouTube goes away, if your Instagram goes away, don't worry, you're still going to have access to that customer data versus you losing all your followers on platforms that you don't own. So it's super important from a future-proofing yourself and your brand to have access to that customer data, okay? So let's look at point number 2, which if you already have an email list, again, it doesn't matter how big, you can take action on this one thing to start generating revenue from your existing email list without spending $1 on paid advertising. So what is this strategy? Well, the first thing you want to know is that email marketing is going to be a long-term strategy. So you want to make sure that people, when you are emailing your list regularly, every, a few times a week, once a week, whatever that looks like to you, that you're sending out content that they can't wait to open, so that when they see your name or your brand name, they are more likely to open it. The better your content is, the more relevant it is to them, the better, the more likely they are to actually open your email, engage, and take action when you ask them to buy something, or you have a sale going on, or a new promo. So point number 2 is to make sure your content resonates with your audience. And man, talk about a mental roadblock. If you're sitting here thinking, wow, I don't know what content my audience is gonna like, drop that comment below, because man, that is one thing that stops so many people from emailing their list. So this point number 2, here is the hack. First off, you need to make sure that your content resonates. So what I want you to do now is to email your list. Doesn't matter how big, email your list and ask them, hey, what is some content that you would like to see from us? What are some topics you'd like us to go more in depth on? Or what are some problems that you are experiencing in your life with sleep, for example, and how can you essentially you're asking them in the niche that you serve. If you are helping people improve their sleep, if you're helping people get more fit, if you're helping people quit drinking, whatever that thing is that your product does, if it's to get more mindfulness, if it's to be able to play guitar better, whatever that looks like, you want to email them a quick and short. It's literally asking, hey, what is the problem or the thing that you would like to learn more about from us? We're doubling down on our content plan. I'm really excited for some of the future content and things that we're releasing to you. So let me know, just hit reply to this email. Let me know, what is that one thing that you would like to learn more about or hear more about from us? Thank you. And just like that, a really quick email asking your version of that question is going to get them to actually reply back with a few answers. So that is step 1, is to email your list and ask that question. If you currently don't have a list when you're watching this, or you only have a couple people on your list, then what I would do is I would look around your network and see who fits your customer demographic. Who do you know as a friend, a coworker, etc., that is your ideal customer? Ask them, hey, when it comes to sleeping better, what do you struggle with? What have you tried in the past? Okay, if you could learn something, what would that be? And you could ask them what kinds of things they'd want to learn. Okay, so definitely use that as a good starting point to make sure the content you're sending out resonates. And then what you want to do is you want to follow up with a kind of a social proof email that I got from Brian Stark with 100celsius.co. So shout out here. But he talks about this idea of once you've asked your audience for feedback, a couple days later, you want to make sure that they know you're listening. And what you do is you'll send a follow-up email, say 2-3 days later, thanking everyone for the comments that they had. And you want to actually include some of your favorites in there to actually shout out some members of your community, where you'll give them a shout out by saying, hey guys, we got some really great ideas. Here are some of my favorites. Brian from X said he'd love to learn a little bit more about dopamine addiction and how to solve that. Would love to learn different supplementation techniques, blah, 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 right? And you're going to literally shout out some people in your audience who contributed ideas. And then at the end of that email, you could say, hey, really, really excited. These are just some of the suggestions we got. If you would still like to give us some feedback as to what you would like to learn more about from us, just hit reply and let us know. And essentially, in this data gathering phase, this is when you are going to literally ask your audience what they want. And you can be confident that the information you send out is in the future will literally be relevant to them, and talk about getting higher engagement and buy-in from your community when they see that you're actually listening. So that is point number 2. Don't assume what your audience wants to learn about. Ask. That brings me to the last point. And this last point I got from Derek Halpern. I was at the Capitalism Conference earlier this year. And hey, if you were there, drop a big hello below. Ryan puts on a great show. But when we go to understanding why people are buying, or if you ever get stuck wanting to understand in your customers' words why they bought your product, what you could do is ask customers why they bought the product. Or, hey, there's a couple ways you could do this. You can email all your customers and say, hey, this is so-and-so from company name. Just curious, what is your favorite thing about using our product? Okay, you could do that And then what you're going to get with this information by asking what is your favorite thing about this, that is going to be a gold mine of information for ad copy, for figuring out what the favorite feature is so that you know what feature to give more weight to better position your product. The other thing is that if you can add something like a quick question to this after your email, your customer onboarding sequence, where essentially once someone buys your product, you have a flow that goes out after 7 to 10 days to make sure they know how to use your product. You'll upsell things, you'll ask for reviews. And in that flow, that automated flow, you can ask them, hey, why did you buy this product? Like, what was the thing you were hoping it would do? And you could use that again to crowdsource great copy, inspiration, and to get to know your customers even more. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you are an existing e-commerce seller that is struggling to get to that next level and you're looking for a solid online community and mentorship opportunity to help actually lead you by the hand to get to that next level in your business, be sure to apply for our Scale Mastermind. You can go to joinscalemastermind.com. The link is below. Just fill out, book a call with our team, see if it's a fit, if you want to learn a little bit more. And apart from that, if you are excited for more content, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel and like this video. And of course, if you didn't like it, also tell me so I know what other kinds of videos to do. Anyway, guys, apart from that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.